triangle that appears in the similarity package. First, I want to tell you about the scale factor formula I gave you. I told you that scale factor was equal to some part on the scale diagram divided by the original. This package calls the scale diagram a copy. So instead of using SC for scale diagram, they use C for copy. So in fact, the formula that I gave you in an earlier video, scale factor equals scale diagram over original, becomes scale factor equals copy over original. It's the same thing. It's just using a copy, C for copy, instead of SC for scale diagram. But let me explain what this triangle does. So the idea is this. You take a look at scale factor. You see it's right here on the left hand side of the triangle. So what they're trying to show you here, and some people see it, some people don't, is they're trying to show you that scale factor is equal to the copy C, and then this line here represents a division sign. So scale factor is copy divided by the original, OR or O. So that's how you end up with that formula, which again is the same thing as my formula, except I use SC for scale diagram, and I use O instead of OR for original. And then you could look at it another way, though, because it says, well, when you're looking at this, what's the copy going to equal to? So the idea is that your copy up here will be equal to the scale factor times the original. So this line here, because it's vertical rather than horizontal, it's a stretch, but they want you to see it as a multiplication sign. So again, if you're trying to find, how big the copy should be, you're going to take the scale factor and you're going to multiply it by the size of the original. Okay? And finally, if you look at the triangle and you use what you did earlier for finding scale factor, if you're looking for the original, so we'll put OR here, then you take the copy and you divide it by the scale factor. Okay? Now, I personally, I understand why people like to use little devices like this, and if it works for you, like if you can understand it, when you're filling out one of these charts, go for it. I personally like to use just logic. So, for example, in an earlier video, I showed you that there are times where you need to multiply by the scale factor, and other times you need to divide by the scale factor, and it all has to do with whether or not you want a larger or smaller number. Obviously, if the scale factor is greater than 1 and you want a smaller number, you're going to divide by the scale factor. If the scale factor is greater than 1 and you want a larger number, you're obviously going to have to multiply by it. So I prefer using logic. However, if you want to use this device, by all means. And again, I'll just go over it one more time. Scale factor is copy divided by original. Okay, and again, I changed that up a little bit in an earlier video. I changed the C to SC for scale diagram and O for original. If you want to find the copy, it's scale factor times the original. There you go. And finally, if you want to find the original, it's the scale factor it's the copy divided by the scale factor. I know it's a little bit confusing because I use slightly different letters than the package. I apologize for that. But anyway, hopefully this device will be helpful for some of you. And if it isn't, if you just prefer to use logic, then go ahead with that I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.